New dads, I got some advice for you guys. So some of the stuff that I can tell you guys as your children or child gets older, what I would suggest doing is let them try to figure things out. As they get older and they start being more independent, let them try to figure things out on their own. Because what I realized what happens is we as parents sometimes, we try to do things for them. We try to, either because we just want the task to be done a certain way, so we just do it for them, or we just automatically just act as in, okay, let's help them out. One thing I could really say about children, it is good and perfectly normal for them to struggle with something that they do for a first time. Don't be so quick to jump in. Don't be so quick to jump in and save your children every time there's a sign of struggle or frustration. Because if you do this, listen to me, dads and moms, whoever's listening. If you do this and you consistently do this, they will never learn how to do things on their own. They're going to struggle with that. Because if you constantly take up for them and you constantly correct their mistakes before they can understand how to do it on their own, it's only going to cause more obstacles for them when they get older. And you don't want that. You want them to be able to build frustration tolerance. You want them to build this because, let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of things that frustrates our children. From school, how to figure out how to tie their laces, how to figure out the proper way to clean your room. It's not just throwing all your toys in one section of the room and then you say, all done. No. Learning how to put your stuff away in the proper place that it needs to be put. Learning how to listen to a direction. A 2-step direction. A 3-step direction. All of these things our children need to learn how to do on their own eventually. And that's why I say this stage right now is the training stage. We are trying to train our kids. Yes, we love our kids. We want to hug on them. We want to coddle them at times. But this is the stage where we're supposed to be training them. Dad specifically. We have a tendency, I feel, to be a little stricter with our kids because we want them to be stronger. We don't want to raise weak kids. We don't. Especially sons. Oh man, I don't have a son. But if I did, I feel like I would be stricter than my 2 girls. I'm still going to be strict with my girls. I'm not going to be gender biased, but I'm still going to be strict because I don't want them to have to depend on anybody when they get older. I want them to be able to try things by themselves and not always look to the left, look to the right for somebody's help all the time. I don't want that. Because there's going to be things that happen with them that they're going to struggle with. And they're going to be like, who can help me in this moment? Now, if they don't have the mind state of, let me try to help myself first. If I can't do it, then maybe I could ask for help. But let me try to do this. That's all I'm asking for. You try to do things on your own. Yeah, you may get frustrated, but did you try? That's a lesson I'm trying to teach my oldest one right now. My oldest daughter. Her frustration tolerance is pretty low. And I'm at the training age or training stage with her where I'm allowing her to struggle. I'm allowing her to struggle because I want her to understand things are going to get harder, especially as you get older. Did I show her how to do these things in the beginning? Yes, I did. We went over it several times, and now I'm like releasing her hand a little bit. It's almost like teaching a child how to ride a bike. You're there for them in the beginning, right? You're there you're there for them in the beginning stages. You're holding on to them, you're guiding them, you're telling them to keep your hands on the bike handles so they can feel safe in that moment. But there's going to come a day where you have to let go, and that's where the fear comes for us parents, especially us dads with girls. I know I can't be the only one. I know I can't be the only one that feels fearful to let my little girls fly. Figuratively speaking, I can't be the only one that has that little fear, because we know what kind of world we live in, and we want to protect our girls, just like mothers want to really protect their sons, and fathers want to protect their sons. Anyway, any shape or form, you want to protect your children. But there's going to come a time and place where you have to let them go. Am I ready for that stage? Hell no. Definitely not. It's too early. Way too early to even be speaking about that. But it's not too early to be thinking about it, because as parents know, especially parents that have children that already left the nest, time goes fast. And I'm trying to cherish every moment I have with my children. I'm trying to cherish the moments I still get to pick them up and hug them and kiss them. Because a lot of people will tell you, here's another tip to your new parents. A lot of people will tell you at certain stages, stop picking up your kids. You're going to spoil them. Don't pick them up no more. You're going to spoil them. They can walk now. Let me tell you something about that. Do whatever pleases you. Your child just may need that pickup and that physical touch. Don't listen to other people when they tell you what to do with your children. Because someone has said that to me, and I did feel a touch of guilt. Like, why am I still picking up my child? But at the end of the day, they're not saying that because they know your child. They're saying that based on their observations of your child, that they can walk. But who's to say your child doesn't want that physical touch? Your child may experience their love through physical touch. That may be their love language at this point. They need that physical touch with their parents, that hug, that pickup. So when you're dropping your children off at school and you hear somebody tell you, stop picking them up so much, let them walk. You do what's in your heart. New dad, new mom, you do what's in your heart. Don't let anybody guilt you into not picking up your kids. Pick them up for as long as you can. For as long as you can. That's appropriately viewed, of course. You don't want to pick them up when they're 10, 11 years old and carry them around, of course. But when they're small, pick them up as much as you can. Because there's going to be day and age where they don't want to be picked up anymore. Now they want to hang out with their friends. Now they want to go out to parties and do all of these things that scare their parents. They want to go on roller coasters. They want to get away from their parents. Now it's like we become like the uncool people in the house. Do what makes you happy with your children. Whatever your children's needs are in those moments, do those things. Don't let anyone guilt trip you on how to raise your children. And best believe, dads, you're going to have a lot of people that tell you how to raise your children. In-laws, they're going to have a lot to say. A whole lot to say. Just remember, you are the parent. You are the parent. Let your child know when they're able to understand, you are the number one voice that they should be listening to. Because there will be people that will cross boundaries and tell your child what they should be doing or what they can do. But if you didn't say that, if those words did not come out of your mouth, Your children should not be listening to anyone else if it's not by your permission. They should be listening to you, the number one option, you and your significant other. Because there's going to be people that push boundaries. There's going to be people that judge your children's choice of clothing that you buy for them. All types of criticism and unwanted words towards you. It's going to be hurled at you. So I'm just preparing you now, because you're going to have people that tell you how to raise your children. And they may not tell you this directly. Sometimes it's even subtly. They'll throw a subtle jab right to your ribs. Oh, maybe you should do this way. Oh, that baby's sick. You need to be doing this. This is why that baby's sick, because you didn't put on this. I'm telling you, these are the kind of things they'll hurl at you, and it's going to get on your nerves. It's going to get on your nerves. Because in your mind, you're doing the best thing for your child in your mind, and in someone else's mind, because they may be old school. You know who I'm talking about. They may be old school and they have their ways of thinking. So when they see your new school way of parenting, they may say, what is he doing? What is she doing? That's not how I would raise this child. You need to put some Vicks on the bottom of their feet and some alcohol. Put some socks on your feet. Put that blanket over your chin when you go to sleep. Put that Aquaphor, I swear about Aquaphor. Aquaphor in the wintertime, that's like gold for the skin. Aquaphor. I agree with that. The Vicks too. Vicks is like, that's like kryptonite for the cold. I agree with that. But there's going to be things that people tell you and you're just going to be shaking your head like, what? Why would you say that? Why would you even think to say that? I'm doing a great job as a parent, and then someone comes along and tells you something that will piss you off. I've learned that there's people that will do and say things around your kids that's not going to make you happy, but just know, create those boundaries, create those rules around your home. When you're inviting certain people to spend time with you in the home and your kids are around, have rules, have boundaries, because your kids are going to have fun with these people. They're going to have fun with them because it's normally not the same kind of vibe in the environment when someone else enters your home. When it's just you, your significant other, and your child/children, it's usually more structured. But when someone else comes, it may potentially get a little unstructured just because that person is there and there's new things that happen within the time that they stay. So just be prepared to keep your boundaries no matter who shows up in your home. And don't allow anyone to break your boundaries, because everyone should be respecting your home. They should be respecting the rules you have for your children. Bedtime should be structured. Is it easy? No, it's not. And to be quite honest, I still struggle with that, with getting my kids to bed at a consistent time. It is not the easiest thing to do. It's just not. There's a lot of factors that determine if you're able to do that. Your work schedule, that's a big one. If you and your partner work sporadic times, it's hard to get your kids into bed consistently. It's hard. If you got someone helping you out in the home and they're not doing what you normally would do with your children, so then that adds another layer to the structure that you want to try to maintain in your home. You may have their grandmother, their grandfather, whoever, and it's just different because they're doing things differently to try to help you. Sometimes their help is not what you want. You try to appreciate it, but sometimes the help that they give you is kind of like unwarranted or it's not helping you. But just know there will be times where people will throw these comments at you, and you gotta learn to expect it. It's coming. Trust me when I say it is coming. So if you guys liked this video, what I'm gonna ask you to do is share it, because there's a lot of parents out here that don't know these things, or they're still new and they're still discovering how to raise a child. Share this video, subscribe, like this video, because I'm going to come on here again and I'm going to speak about some more various topics when it comes to parenthood. But I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday evening. I love you guys. Until next time, peace.